If your tulips only bloomed once and never came back, you're not alone, and it's probably not your fault. Most gardeners think tulips are supposed to be one and done. You plant them, they bloom in spring, and then nothing the next year. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Tulips are supposed to come back year after year. If yours didn't, it's almost always because of one small mistake made before September even ends. And the frustrating part? These mistakes are so common that almost every beginner makes at least one of them without realizing it. Today, we're fixing that, for good. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to do and what to avoid before you plant your tulip bulbs this year. We're covering 4 simple things that make the difference between tulips that vanish after one season and tulips that return, bigger and better, every single spring. None of this requires special tools, expensive products, or hours of extra work. Just a little bit of timing and knowledge, applied at the right moment. If you've ever felt disappointed watching bare soil where beautiful tulips used to be, this video is going to change that for you. Here's something most gardening advice won't tell you. Tulip failure is rarely about bad luck. It's about small, invisible mistakes that happen underground, where you can't see them. Wrong timing, wrong depth, trapped water, missing nutrients. None of these show up right away. You won't know something went wrong until spring comes, and half your tulips simply don't show up. That's exactly why we started stress-free garden living, because gardening shouldn't feel like guesswork. You deserve a garden that rewards your effort, not one that quietly disappoints you months later. So let's make sure that never happens again. Before we get into the first tip, I want to tell you about the 4th mistake, because it's the one almost nobody talks about, and it might be the actual reason your tulips stopped coming back. It has nothing to do with planting depth or soil. It's about something happening long before the bulb ever touches the ground. Stick around, because this one tip alone could completely change your results this year. Let's start with the mistake almost everyone makes without knowing it: planting too soon. It feels natural, right? September rolls around, you're excited, and you want to get your bulbs in the ground. But here's the problem. Tulips don't actually care about the calendar. They care about soil temperature. Here's why this matters so much. Tulip bulbs need cool soil to trigger proper root development before winter. If you plant them while the ground is still warm, the bulb gets confused. It may try to sprout too early, wasting its energy before winter even arrives. Worse, warm, humid soil is the perfect environment for fungal rot to set in, silently destroying the bulb underground before it ever gets the chance to bloom. Picture this instead: your bulbs going into cool, crisp soil, settling in calmly, and using the entire winter to build strong roots. Come spring, they emerge exactly on schedule, strong and healthy, instead of struggling or rotting away unseen. So here's your simple action step. Don't plant before September just because a calendar says so. Wait until your soil temperature drops below 60 degrees Fahrenheit or about 15 degrees Celsius. In most areas, that means mid to late fall, not the first cool day you feel outside. A basic soil thermometer, which costs just a few dollars, takes all the guesswork out of this. Now here's a mistake that's even sneakier than timing, and it's the #1 killer of tulip bulbs: standing water. Tulips are surprisingly tough against cold. What they can't survive is sitting in soggy, waterlogged soil all winter. If water pools around the bulb, it essentially drowns and rots before spring ever arrives. This is especially common if you have heavy clay soil, which holds water like a sponge instead of letting it drain away. Even well-meaning gardeners often skip this step because it feels invisible. The soil looks fine on the surface, and the damage only shows up months later, underground, where nobody's looking. Now imagine the opposite: loose, well-draining soil that lets excess water pass through easily, keeping your bulbs dry and protected all winter long. Instead of digging up mushy, rotted bulbs in spring, you're greeted with strong, healthy sprouts pushing right through the soil. So before you plant this September, take a few minutes to check your soil. If it feels heavy, sticky, or slow to drain after rain, mix in some compost or coarse sand to loosen it up. If drainage is a constant problem in your yard, consider switching to raised beds or containers instead. It's a small step now that saves your entire bulb investment later. Now, if you've made it this far, you already know more than most gardeners do about why tulips fail. But the next tip is where most people get tripped up without even realizing it. Because it seems so simple, they assume they can't get it wrong. Spoiler, they can. Let's fix that. This next mistake doesn't kill your tulips right away. It's slower than that, and honestly, that's what makes it so sneaky. Planting bulbs too shallow is one of the most common tulip mistakes out there. At first, you might not even notice a problem. The bulb might still bloom that first spring, but shallow planting leaves the bulb exposed to temperature swings and gives it less protection, less stability, and fewer resources to draw from. Over time, often just 1 or 2 seasons, the bulb weakens. Eventually, it stops coming back altogether. The same goes for spacing. Cram your bulbs too close together, and they end up competing for the same nutrients and water, which weakens all of them at once. Here's the outcome you actually want. Bulbs planted at the perfect depth, drawing steady support from the soil around them, coming back stronger and fuller every single year, instead of fading out quietly after their first bloom. So here's the simple rule to remember. Plant your bulbs about 3 times their height deep, usually somewhere around 6 to 8 inches for a standard tulip bulb. Always place them pointy end up, and space them about 4 to 6 inches apart, so each bulb has enough room and nutrients to thrive on its own. Let's pause here for a moment, because there's one mistake I see constantly, even from experienced gardeners. People assume that if a bulb bloomed once, it did everything right. But one good bloom doesn't mean long-term success. A shallow planted bulb can absolutely flower in its first year, using up the stored energy it already had, and then fail the very next season because it never had the depth or support to recover. If your tulips only lasted 1 year, this is very likely the hidden reason why. Now here's the tip I promised you earlier, the one almost nobody talks about, and it might matter more than all the others combined. Most people assume that once a tulip bulb is planted, it either has what it needs or it doesn't. But that's not quite true. Tulip bulbs need 2 very specific things to come back year after year: proper nutrients and enough cold exposure. Let's talk nutrients first. A lot of gardeners plant bulbs directly into bare soil with nothing else added. But without bone meal or a bulb-specific fertilizer worked into the planting hole, your tulip simply doesn't have the reserves it needs to rebuild itself for next year's bloom. It might survive, but it won't thrive. Then there's chill hours. Tulips need an extended period of cold to properly break dormancy. If you live somewhere with mild winters, your bulbs may not get enough natural cold exposure on their own. In that case, refrigerating your bulbs for about 6 to 8 weeks before planting can simulate the winter chill they need, something almost no one thinks to do. Get both of these right, and you'll finally see what a truly perennial tulip garden looks like: full, vibrant, and reliable, year after year. So let's bring it all together. Cool soil before you plant. Good drainage so bulbs never sit in water. Proper depth and spacing for long-term strength. And the right nutrients and chill time so your tulips keep coming back, season after season. None of this requires extra effort or expensive tools. It just requires doing the right things, at the right time, in the right order. That's the entire philosophy behind stress-free garden living. Small, smart adjustments that lead to a garden that rewards you, instead of one that leaves you guessing every spring. Imagine walking outside next year to a garden full of tulips that came back on their own, stronger than before. That's not luck. That's just doing these 4 things before September ends. If this video helped you understand why your tulips didn't come back, do me a favor and subscribe to Stress-Free Garden Living. We publish simple, effective gardening tips just like this every week. The kind that save you time, save your plants, and take the stress out of gardening for good. Before you go, I'd love to know, which of these 4 tips do you think caused your tulips to fail in the past? Was it the timing, the drainage, the depth, or the chill hours? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you're planting tulips for the very first time this year, tell me that too. I want to hear how it goes. See you in the next video.